Dear students, welcome to Law Excellence. Today we are going to start a new initiative under the Kalam program, and that is mains answer writing. The main objective of this mains answer writing program is to make you practice mains answer writing and also how to analyze the mains questions and then how to write a structured answers. Before we get into this one, we will see a few details about the mains questions and answers. Okay, we'll go into the next slide. The first question is mains answer writing all about content? Let's say there is a particular topic or a question and you read a lot of information regarding that topic during your mains preparation, and you will be having more content with you. Let's say if a question is asked on that topic, can you put in the entire content for that question? No, it's not possible. The reason is you have got two constraints. One is time limit, the other one is word limit. You are supposed to stick to the word limit. Let's say he may give 250 words or something like that, and also there is a time limit. You are supposed to answer 20 questions in 3 hours, so hardly it will be around 6 to 7 minutes for each question. So you need to stick to these two constraints and write your content for the mains question. For that purpose, you need to display multiple skills in the sense like you need to have a structure for your question, and there should be a form and there should be a presentation, and it should be very concise form, like what are the information you have for a particular topic or for that question. You need to condense it to the required question and present it. And also you need to follow the directives will be something like discuss or explain or something like that, which we have explained a video regarding this one. You can watch that video on how to address these directives. So all these things you need to keep in mind while you are answering a mains question. The second question is, are all questions in the mains examination dynamic? This is most important. Many people think that most of the questions that appear in the mains are of dynamic nature. That is that you need to write the answers on the spot. But that is not true, because UPSC tests both the static aspect of a question as well as the dynamic aspect. That is like you should be able to connect the static part of the question with dynamic aspects or the current affairs aspect. That is how the questions will be given. You should be able to link between the static and the dynamic aspect of the question. For that purpose, you need to have both the informations, the static as well as dynamic. See, let's say we take an example. Did the Government of India Act 1935 lay down a federal constitution? And the directive here is discuss. Now if you see this question, the static part is Government of India Act 1935, and the dynamic part or the analysis part of this question is, did it lay down a federal constitution? This is what is your analysis, and this is your static part. So you need to know both, like you need to know about the Government of India Act 1935 and what are the provisions this act contains that makes the constitution a federal. This is the dynamic part. So you should be able to link both these two things. Then only you will get a structured answer. Now we'll see what is the approach to mains answer writing. Mains answer writing consists of 5 parts. That is, one is dissection of the question, the second is localization, the third is scenario building, fourth is value addition, and fifth is conclusion. Now we'll see in detail what these 5 are. Now we'll see what is dissection of a question means. Okay, take an example. Judges cannot govern the country, but they can strike down a law that violates the constitution. Discuss. We need to dissect this question. How do you do it? Judges cannot govern the country. This is one part. They can strike down a law that violates the constitution. This is second part. And the third is your directive discuss. So this has got 3 parts. One is they can't govern the country. The second is they can strike down a law. So whenever you see a question like this and that is related to polity, you need to make a counter question. Judges cannot govern the country. Why they can't govern? This will give an answer. And they can strike down a law that violates the constitution. Like under what provisions they can strike down a law. So when you dissect this question, you will get a basic idea like what exactly he is asking about. Now the second one is localization. How do you localize a question? The reason for localization is you need to narrow down the scope from a broad perspective to narrow perspective. You need to narrow down the scope so that you will write the answer what is required for this question. Now in the first part we dissected the question. We have got two aspects. One is why judges can't govern. The second one is how they can strike down a law. If you see the state has got three organs. State is there and there are three organs. One is legislative, the second is executive, and the third is judiciary. And each are independent and have got their own functions. And also one should not enter into the domain of another organ of the state. Now see, the first is why judges can't govern. Because of Article 50, there is separation of powers. Judiciary and executive are separated, so one should not enter into another domain. And the second one is how they can strike down a law. Because Article 32, they have got the power where they are the guardians of this constitution, and they can strike down any law that violates the constitution. So now if you see the narrow scope of this question, what this question is all about, it's about judicial review under Article 32 versus judicial activism or overreach. This is what the question is about. This is how you narrow down. So once you do this, you will stick only to this part. The question is all about a debate between judicial review versus judicial activism. The third one is scenario building. This is where actually you build your answer. Okay, you will start with some introduction and then you will write what is happening based on the question, what is happening, and then why it's happening. And you can also write like what will happen, and then you can suggest some remedies. If the question is asking for some remedies, you can give some suggestions and remedies. The fourth one is value addition. This is where you evaluate the scenario which you have built in the previous slide. That is like giving examples. In the previous slide, you have got introduction, what, why, and how. So to those what, why, and how, and any remedies, you give some examples. Like if you want to support the judicial review, you can quote this 377 and 497, which are violative of the constitution. Or if you want to talk about judicial activism, that is like 2G scam and coal block allocations, cancellations, and all this, where actually it has led to the policy paralysis, that is like overreach. The fifth one is conclusion. Your conclusion should be always from a narrow view to broader view. You should always conclude in a broader perspective. In the localization, what we did, we narrowed down the question and we wrote the answer, right? And in the conclusion, it should always go up in the hierarchy and go to a broader view. You can write something about like the checks and balances are very important and the organs should work independent of each other or something like that. That's how you conclude your answer. Now we'll see a brief about this new initiative under the Kalam program, that is answer writing program, and you can access this from the site CivilsPrep.com, and this is your login screen where you need to register or sign up for that purpose, and you'll be getting a username and password. And once you log into this website, and you will get a screen something like this where you have got three categories of questions. The one is current affairs based, the second is topic based questions, and the third is self-paced scheduler. This is like your own preparation, and these two will be from the La Excellence. In current affairs based questions, most of the questions we post will be related to current affairs, and in the topic wise questions, these will be like a static questions, or it could be related to current affairs also. Now we'll click on this current affairs based questions. Screen will look something like this. Each day wise we will be uploading 3 to 4 questions, and you select on a particular day, then you will get a questions like this, and you can select any one of these questions and you can answer screen. Once you click on that question, this is how the screen appears. It will give you the topic, subject, and from which article this was picked up. You can have the source also. If you click on this, you will get the source of this question, from where this question was given and why it was given, the context and all. And you can write your answer over here, or you can write your answer on a paper, take a photo of it, and you can upload also from this image button, and you can submit your answer. So this is all about the new initiative which we are going to launch for mains answer writing practice. And you can also see the links below this video where you have got one Telegram channel. In the Telegram channel, you can post all your doubts and clarifications that are related to these questions. and also we'll be uploading a model answer for each of the questions which we post here. That it's not actually an answer, but it's a gist, like what the structure should be and what the answer should contain. Thank you.